Good morning, everybody. What's happening? What is going on? So, yet again, I did another decathlon at home here at the Brophy campus in Phoenix, Arizona, where me, my training partner Hunter, and then my teammates, who are all professional hurlers, kind of jumped in certain events and helped Hunter out to get at least a walkthrough of a decathlon. I ended up scoring 72.98, I believe, so just under 73. With some really poor events, some decent events, and then some promising marks. But I just wanted to walk through the decathlon with you guys, recap it. I know I was going to post it a long time ago, but then I kind of got caught up with that NFL stuff on my channel and wanted to make sure I got all of that stuff posted before I actually ended up uploading this video, the video that you guys are seeing now. Anyways, first off, the 100. So 100, I felt good warming up. But I got a really bad start and didn't really get out, and then kind of just like sat back, never got into a full stride, and ended up running just under 11 seconds. 10.94 to be exact, which is well above my PB. So not necessarily the best event to start off with, but 10.94, we moved on. Then we went on to the long jump, and I actually only had one jump that counted. It was 7.24. It was my first attempt. I was clean on the board. I just didn't attack very well, didn't hold in the air very well. But still, a great opener and something that I was pretty happy with. So my PB is 7.40. Wind, I don't think it was wind legal, but PB 7.40. And then I took my second jump. I thought I fouled by a lot. I was actually fair again on the board. Jump, we didn't mark it, we didn't measure it, but I just kind of did a pop-up, as you guys saw there, and it was right around 20 feet on the pop-up. So that would have been probably a 25-foot jump. And then on my last jump, I foul, and probably by an inch on the board or so. But that was a legit 25-foot jump, so 760 high or 770-ish, which is where I need to be in a decathlon. So it just goes to show that my jumping ability wasn't hindered by my ability to run a faster 100, which is a big plus. Went to Shotput next, opened up, didn't have a great throw, but the other throws were considerably better. Like, I went better every throw. Ended with only 13.61. I could have stayed back in the middle of the ring much better. I just kind of blew through everything. Wasn't the best shot put competition for me. Then, if you're familiar with a decathlon, you know that we move on to the high jump, which is actually one of my better events, one of my favorite events. I have a PB right around 205, I believe. Sometimes it gets confusing, but this was probably the worst event throughout the entire competition. I only jumped 184, which is atrocious for me, at least. I always anticipate jumping 195 or 2 meters, and that's not what happened. So 184, not a ton of points there, and then went on to the 400, where I ran 49.69. Again, not a crazy fast time, but not horrible considering the conditions. And yeah, so that concluded day one. Obviously not a day one PB for me, but it was a decent overall day, I guess you could say. Nothing too spectacular, nothing too horrible. It was just kind of average across the board. Some promising things, like in the long jump and the shot put, were promising, because my PB in the shot put's only like 13.90. So the technical PB, I've thrown way over 14 meters in practice. It's just a matter of actually getting to throwing 14 meters in an actual competition. But so first day concluded, didn't feel horrible, didn't feel great. Came home, it was a little late, so we had a little late start. Let the legs flush out, felt a little bit better starting day one. I anticipated running a fast hurdle time, a legitimately fast hurdle time, like sub 14 or 14.2, something PB era-esque. Not what happened. I got out really slow. There was only me, Hunter, and then Jonathan Cabral, who was a 2016 Rio Olympian, 6th place finisher, one of my training partners. He was actually running the race with us. He kind of just jogged everything. He ended up running like 14.6. I ended up running just under 15 seconds, so I'm happy I broke 15 seconds, but that's kind of atrocious. Again, 14.98, nowhere near a PB, and really bad. Spoiler alert, I ran yesterday, ran 14.4 at Grand Canyon, so we're on pace for the 15, or we're on pace for the hurdles. So that was good. Then we moved on to the discus. I warmed up really well. Had a couple throws at 42, 43 meters, which is probably a lifetime best for me by almost 2 meters, or a little bit further than 2 meters. So that would have been phenomenal. But that's not how the competition went. First one, I think I threw a foul on my first attempt. Second attempt was the one that counted, and I only threw 38.71. So again, not a spectacular result. Another spoiler alert, yesterday, same meet, Grand Canyon, off of one warm-up throw and showing up to the competition late, I ended up throwing 40-80, so 40 meters, 80 centimeters, in a very crazy slippery ring. Like, weird to describe slippery. It was almost like throwing on like slippery laminate flooring. It was weird because they had like a temporary ring. Anyways, through 40 meters 80, which is actually a PB for me. I think my PB previous was 40 meters 30. So PB in the discus as well. So things are looking up, moving into the decathlon coming up next week. I'm assuming this video is going up on Monday, so Wednesday I'm traveling to San. Anyways, back to the decathlon that we are currently talking about. So after the discus, I went on to pole vault, where I've been trying to get on bigger poles, moving approaches, getting back to actually vaulting from an approach that I vaulted from in college. So a little bit longer, almost I think a 9-step approach. Yesterday I jumped, same GCU meet, I jumped from a shorter approach, which I didn't really like, so we're gonna stick with the longer one. But it allows me to get on bigger poles. So at this meet, I actually only got to 15.6s or 475 in meters in poles, and I'd like to be on 490s, which is 16 feet or 16-foot poles. So that being said, I ended up jumping 480 in the decathlon, which is good-ish. My PB is 495 or 498. And I really do anticipate jumping more than 5 meters this year. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't jump more than 5 meters. I can jump 440, 450 in practice from like 4 lefts. It's just when I get up to those bigger poles, my form kind of goes to not so good, and then I kind of don't jump the way I want to be jumping. Anyways, 480 in the deck, decent, but I would have liked to have 5 meters, and I had some decent attempts at 490, so I'm not too disappointed with how the decathlon pole vault went. It just could have gone better, especially being on the smaller poles I was hoping I would get. Anyways, then we went on to the javelin, and I warmed up fine, but my elbow had been really bothering me the last little bit. I took a couple of throws in practice, probably 2 weeks before this decathlon, and hit one pretty hard, and my elbow kind of popped a little bit. Didn't feel great. Not a huge fan of UCL stuff. I've always had to struggle with it throughout my career. Even in college, I had a problem with it. So took a couple of throws. Literally only took one throw in competition from like a 3 left. That's the throw that you guys saw. And it went 45-40, which is, again, atrocious for me. I believe I'm a 62 meter, 65 meter javelin thrower. My PB is 60 meters 80 or something like that, or 61.08 I think. And I truly believe I'm like a 65 meter javelin thrower when I hit the correct positions. I've always thrown jab well, and it's one of my like key events. And to throw 45 meters was kind of disappointing. But I threw it off 3 lefts, or a 3-step approach, and my elbow was destroyed. So I only took one throw and then went and ran the 1500 with pretty down morals. I ended up leading the first couple of laps with Freddie there. Freddie is just a freak athlete. If you don't know, he can run distance, which is kind of cool, but also is a hurdler. So he kind of paced us through. Going into the last lap, had a little bit of a mental break, kind of just let myself slide. Hopefully won't let it happen again, but had just kind of a mental break and didn't go so well. So last lap kind of blew up, didn't run as fast as I wanted to, and that's not because I'm out of shape. It was because mentally I just wasn't checked in. And I think it was partially because it was a decathlon at home, partially because it was just like we were just kind of getting the hang of things. Anyways, 1500 went horribly. I ran 5:10:86 or something like that. So atrocious time, like probably the worst event of the decathlon. Usually my worst event regardless, but I should be in 440 shape or 435 shape-ish. I can run workouts banging out 800s or banging out 400s at whatever pace I need to run. And as long as I get a little bit of rest, I'm fine. But as soon as I get to running those 1500s, I don't know if it's just like a mental thing or what, but I just blow up and die. I don't know that it's anything else other than just mental, and I'm not tough enough at that point in time to run hard. Anyways, scored 72.98, and that's a full recap of the decathlon that I did earlier this year. Like I said, I'm going to I think it's called the Franson Invite or whatever. It's the old Brian Clay meet in California at Azusa Pacific. I'll be there the 9th and the 10th, I believe, of April. Not I believe, I will be there the 9th and the 10th of April. I'm leaving this next Wednesday, so shortly, to go compete there. Hopefully get a trials qualifier so I don't have to worry about my competitions coming up. And then I'll just be competing around Arizona. So if you're ever around or you see me and you follow this YouTube channel, I would love to say what's up, get a photo with you, do whatever. But that's going to be kind of my schedule as of right now. 72.98 probably won't get me into the trials, and I don't think technically it's even a legal score. 4 people did finish the decathlon, but I don't think it's technically a legal score. The meet yesterday, like I said, 14.4 in the hurdles, which is less than a 1/10 off of my lifetime PB. Like I think it's 3/100ths off my lifetime PB in the hurdles. So hurdles are going great. Threw a PB in the discus, and then vault, we were messing around with some approaches, so I wasn't too stressed about that. Anyways, that's going to be the end of today's video as far as recapping the decathlon that I did earlier this year. Kind of solo with me and my partner, training partner, Hunter, and looking forward to seeing where I can actually score some extra points in the events this next weekend in California, IA. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I plan on trying to get some vlogs up here soon, whether that's daily, whether that's just weekly. My birthday's coming up on the 12th, and I know usually I try to restart this channel every year on the 12th, see how long I can daily vlog for. So maybe we start doing that again. You never know. Anyways, remember, be nice to people, don't hurt yourself, don't hurt others, slow down, don't dance so fast. I love all of you. Please share this video if you enjoyed it. If not, just like it and subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Cheers, everybody.